Hi, welcome to this week's episode of the Final Gallop, proudly presented by Brisbane Airport Hotels Group and Mr. 5-Star out there at the airport. Today we'll preview our 13 runners for what is probably potentially our biggest day of the year every year, Magic Millions Day. So 13 runners, great achievement. We've been over buying a few yearlings in the first 2 days, hopefully pick up a few more in the next 2 days, but 8 yearlings bought so far, Tone, and 5 already completely sold, a few shares left in 3 of them. So thanks to our ownership group and our syndicators, amazing support. We'll keep buying them, and obviously we're trying to buy nice horses that sets the stable up for the future.
Yeah, I think the first 2 days have been really good. Been really good buying out there, to be honest. We've missed a lot. That's the sale, isn't it? You know, a lot of horses there, so you don't get everyone that you want. But we've been pretty lucky. We've bought in a really good, I think, a good price bracket. And like you said, Andrew, there's only a handful of shares left in those 3 horses. So if you are out there and you do see something that's knocked down to us, get in quick, because they don't last, do they? They're selling really quickly. It's a very popular sale. The Magic Millions concept, it's all with it, which is part of what we're going to do with a preview of this race meeting. There's so much money now on offer over these 2 big weeks. Firstly, last Saturday, and then into this Saturday. You know, if we buy horses at this sale, there's a lot of rewards to come.
Yeah, and obviously, go back to last week, we had a bumper day, 3 winners, Itchintogo obviously annihilated him in the 2-year-old race, Spanish Treasure again in his race, and now Zoubaby just held on for a great win as well. Very good prize money on offer, and you go to the last race, the Cutest race, 1.5 million for Cutest only racehorses. Great run from Bossed Up and John Rambo. 250,000 for second prize. Unbelievable prize money.
Yeah, they got 400,000 between them for running second and third. So it was huge money, but that's what it's about, isn't it? Getting these horses that are purchased at this sale back to these 2 race days. And we do try and focus on that every year. Hence why we had a big contingent last Saturday. We got quite a lot of prize money for connections last week, and then hopefully we can get quite a lot of prize money in a couple of days' time here on what is the big Magic Millions race day.
Yeah, absolutely. As we get through the preview, you'll see it's probably made a little bit tricky with the barrier doors, but it is what it is. You never know how the race is going to play out. We'll get onto the meeting now. Rails in the 2 metre position. Track is currently a soft 5. There's a few showers around, so that could change. It'll be interesting to see how the track ends up on the day. Weather forecast saying it's up to 35, 40 mils coming. We'll see whether that happens. If it does, it obviously changes a few dynamics, but overall, I don't think it affects ours too much.
No, not really. I think they wouldn't mind a few showers. It was bloody hot yesterday, hot and breezy. Really windy here again today, so I think a few showers come tomorrow or Saturday would not be the worst result. Not sure how the track will handle rain throughout the meeting. Yeah. It's a really good draining track. If we were to get a dump on Friday and find up Saturday, the track would be perfect. But I love the 2 metre rail position, possibly Gold Coast fairest rail position. I love the way the track played last Saturday. Also like how it played the night meeting prior to that, leading into that meeting. I thought it played really well. So this is the 3rd big meeting here now on this track. The first 2 have been unreal as far as no bias, really, really fair racetrack. I think I'm very hopeful we'll get the same again. All
right, let's rip in. Starts with the Magic Millions maiden plate over 1100. This is probably arguably the best form race of the year every year. If you follow horses out of this race moving forward, you will make money on the punt. We got Quickzou, 57 kilos, Ryan Maloney, barrier 10. $7 for Ladbrokes. First up for the prep, looked good in his trials. Obviously gelded and to come back, and arguably a better racehorse.
Big raw horse. Got to improve. Still working him out. He'll be there to step and roll up on it. Got a massive big action. Quite good top end speed. So we'll be out there to jam him up on the pace. Look, I think he can run really well. Can he win? Ability wise, yes. Is he there mentally? I'm not sure.
Okay, on to race 2, Magic Millions Country Cup over 1200. We have the 4th emergency in the race, Bundella. Andrew's on board, barrier 7, 53 kilos. Early Ladbrokes odds is $9. Needs another 3 to come out. We'll appreciate the big weight drop. Probably just got found out a little bit at the end last start.
Well, he was 3 wide working with a big weight the other day. His run actually was quite good at 1200. I don't think he'll get a run here, so don't worry too much about him.
All right, let's move on then. Race 3, Magic Millions, the debut 2-year-old plate over 1,000 metres. We have 2 runners. We'll start with Dolly Boom, 55 kilos, Tommy Berry, barrier 7, $11 in the market. Always been forward, this filly. It's a group put together by Troy Harry, who has 3 runners on Saturday, so it's great for Troy, obviously a big supporter of the stable. How's she going to go?
Yeah, she'll go well. She's had 3 jump outs of trials, this filly. She was earmarked to run in the first debut and just didn't load in the gates as well as I'd like here, so took her back to the trials again. She was very dominant. Another jump out, she was really good. Her work's been great. A sense of timing about her. She's held up lovely in the prep. I think she's a nice filly. She'll race on speed. Very hard race to assess this off the trials. A couple of the Sydney horses trialled quite well also on the Gold Coast horses trial well over the 1,000. So tricky race. I think she's a good on-pace filly. She's certainly a filly. If she doesn't win Saturday, we had foreign press in this race last year.
Yep.
Look what she's come out and done. So if they don't race well in this race, I can guarantee that filly's got a good future.
Yeah, and so is this next one, Warrego River. 55 kilos, Craig Williams, barrier 1. $18, which is for me is over the odds. Another Spirited Boom. Also impressive in the trial. I love this filly. I think she's going to, whatever she does again, she will improve and be a nice filly in the future. Another great ownership group, Lyndon Graham Huddy, Steve Marie Anderson, John O'Neill, and of course the Blackstall and Boys on Tour, all again who will buy with us at this sale.
Yeah, lovely filly. Good draws are really important here. Such a messy, busy race. So I think the low draws are important. She can step quickly. She can roll with that tempo. I'd imagine she comes just in behind it. She's smart enough to be able to adapt to that style of racing and got a really good turn of foot on her. So she's a filly I really like. I'd probably have her on top. I just think that low draw is important. Yeah. Willow will ride her well. He rode brilliant last week. Wasn't able to get a win for us, but she rode good all day. So I think it makes his life a lot easier off that low draw. So she's on top off one barrier.
Yep. On to race 5, Magic Millions $1 million fillies and mares over 1,300. Have won the race with Crone, who we tried to buy its baby yesterday. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough money. This year we've got Sunset Dreaming, drawn terribly in barrier 20, 55.5 kilos, Ryan Maloney, $16 for Ladbrokes. Placed in the last 2 starts in listed grade and just now and Nudgy Stakes. It's form on the board to be in it. Obviously, the car park draw doesn't help. Bit of dinner with the owners last night, and you said you went on record and say you're going to get some black type. Obviously, won't happen in this race, but
no. But we got black type we got black type placings with it, which you hadn't had going into the summer. So that part of the job's been done. But it's always good you get these mares in a $1 million race. Barrier's not great, but you know what? You don't tear your ticket up. Big races like this, lots of pressure on. She's a filly, doesn't like to be clubbed up underneath horses anyway. That certainly won't be the case from out there. We're just going to try and give her the best run we can off that draw, which is to give her a bit of room and watch her run on. It depends how the track's going to play on the day. A 2 metre rail that inside could chew out, could play to horses being that little bit wider. I wouldn't tear your ticket up on her. I think she's arguably better placed in this race than what she's been in the previous 2. So I think the market's overreacted to her draw. I think she should be a lot shorter in the market than that price.
Fair enough. Race 6, $1 million Magic Millions Snippets over 1,200 metres. Won this race 3 times in the last 5. This year we have the one runner hidden well, 58 kilos, Tommy Berry, barrier 9, $4 with Ladbrokes. Impressive horse, just keeps turning up year after year. One last start listed at Valvalon. Again, love to see the Boys March Park slewed here. Yeah,
and some of the RC boys in him as well. He's a nice horse this. He's won 2 from 3 this preparation, kicked off the Swiss Ace. Blogged his copybook on a quick enough turnaround. 3 weeks into the Valvalon was super. 3 weeks into this, any rain around just really jams his chances up. And if you can get his toe into the ground on this track, he's been really suited. And no matter what service they give him, he'll run well. I think he's my best chance on the card. He's drawn a little bit sticky, but there's really good speed outside of him. Steady Eddie, whatever it's called, drawn out wide. The horse of Sears goes pretty quick. You know, 900 metre horse, it's very fast. It's drawn deep. But I'd imagine it'll just have to get rolling, and if it does, we can roll, cross, the instructors underneath us. I think we can obtain a really good run off a tricky gate, and the horse is in probably as good a form as he's ever been in. Tommy Berry joins back up with him, who's ridden him to success at Magic Millions meeting last year.
On to the 2 features. Race 7 will start with 2-year-old classic over 1,200. Won it with Skirt the Law 3 years ago. This year we've got Itchintogo, 57 kilos, Ryan Maloney, barrier 11, $14 in the market. Winning form, it's good form. He couldn't have been any more impressive last time. Again, another great ownership group here, Marie and Steve Anderson. And again, hopefully, be nice to get a couple of wins for these owners.
Yeah, he was good. He was really good. There's a sense of timing about him. He's rolling. He's going in the right way in his preparation. He did a little bit wrong when he won the fill-in ready, so I wanted to wait for the Gold Coast meeting to get him at 1,100 again and just watch him, see if he could settle and then use that race, take that edge off him into the 1,200. And so far, so good. The horse looks better this week than he did last week. You'd expect that off a big break between runs. I don't see this year's Magic Millions. It's hard. They always ran a good gallop. But this year's race, a lot of these horses that have been up on speed leading and failed have been ridden quieter in their previous runs and their next runs and gone better. So it's a funny race to assess who's actually going to take it up from the front. He's a very quick barrier horse. We saw that last week. It was probably over-exaggerated by the field he was racing against, how quick he was out, and they were a bit new out, because they were mostly all first starters. So, yeah, if he can step that quick again, I do believe he can negate that barrier quite quickly. He's a fast horse. He settled beautiful last week mid-race. You'd imagine on the back up he could be even better. I think he's got a sense of timing about him, and the barrier is tricky, but he's got really good gate speed. I don't see a whole lot of horses that are going to want to be hard up early in the race. I think a lot of them are going to want to take hold, find cover, because they've been ridden better that way in their wins leading into this race. So it's an interesting race tempo-wise. I see him as the leader. Yep. I see him as a horse that crosses him and puts up on speed. Maybe someone else sees different, who knows? Yeah,
I mean, obviously the other speed in the race is shaky, but they rid it. He won't get 1200 if they ride it forward.
Well, that's up to them, but I mean, that's the point. Like, it went too hard when it was leading.
Yep.
Knightsbridge was the same, rolled up on speed. Yep. When they're ridden a bit more patiently, they found the line better. So it'll be up to however other horses are ridden. I think it's a funny Magic Millions this year. Normally you got 3 or 4 2-year-olds that have come in leading and winning their last start.
Yeah.
But that's not the case this year. So it's a little bit of a different race. I think on what we saw last week, he's a fast horse. He can get out, most likely clear the horses underneath him, and then everyone will sort their spots out. Whether he's good enough to beat the favourite, I think he's definitely the horse to beat. He's an impressive animal. But look, my bloke's got a sense of timing about him, and I wouldn't swap the little fella. I'm very pleased with him.
Itchy, come on. Race 8, $3 million Magic Millions 3-year-old guineas, over 1400. Spanish Treasure on the back up this week, 56 kilos. Ryan Maloney barrier, $12, $16 in the market. Outstanding last week. Yeah, it was only a maiden, but this fella's got probably as good as form as any other beside the favourite, I suppose, and go back through his 2-year-old form as well. So, again, a little bit of a sense of timing for this fella.
Well, it's the first time he's beaten a maiden last week, because he'd been running in handicaps the whole time. He was a really good 2-year-old form around Alpha Sophie, went and run Melbourne during the spring, and then he came back around that Grafter Burners race. And I think I erred with the blinkers on him. I took him off the other day. He was so much better. He jumped better. He put himself in a better position. I don't think he leads this race, but I think we negate that barrier really. We roll up and roll forward, put him into the race. Yet again, sense of timing about him. He's building into his prep nicely. He's always shown ability to be at a good level. Favourite was amazing the other day at Eagle Farm, what it did. Slow out, back, and round him up and like a track gallop. If he could repeat that sort of performance, it's going to be very hard to beat. It's often hard to repeat ratings peaks, however, especially when they're only a couple of weeks ago. So this horse is definitely improving in the prep. I could not have him not being a top 3 or 4 chance in this $3 million race.
Yep, next one is Hi Barbie, 54.5 kilos. Craig Williams, barrier 13, $61. It wasn't too bad last time. She's shaping like she'll appreciate every bit of the 1400 as well.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I just want to see her be more interested early in the races. She's just flopping along and not interested, and then running on, like teasing you really. That's sort of what she's doing, and the market's reflective of how she's been going, unfortunately. We have done a few things with her to try and help that. Her track work seems really good. She looks super. Just want to see a good performance from her. I'm just really disappointed with how she's came back.
All right, on to race 9, $2 million Magic Millions Cup over 1400, won it 3 times with Spirit of Boom, Vega 1 and Vinco. We will have Boomtown Boss, who's now gained a start in the field, 53 kilos, Angela Jones, barrier 12. He's $17. His ability is undoubted. Probably hasn't showed his true ability, definitely didn't show it probably so far this prep, but he can come here and be a very, very good chance.
Yeah, well, he's gone pretty well. Like, I mean, he should have won his first 2. He won first up and he should have beat Rock Ribbed. He just got himself beat really with things. He didn't really get in trouble. He just sees things. Yeah. The other day, he's covered 8 more metres than the winner.
Yeah.
Like, it's misleading when you're watching the side-on view of that race, just how wide he was. Because James was half karting on the favourite, and we were just deep the whole way. No cover at all. So I don't think that really. Well, no horse was advantaged to be deep, no cover last Saturday. You really had to get the right runs in transit. The barrier stuffed us. We've got a tricky gate here, but we have got a nice lightweight. Andrew's riding in good form. I'm just happy to throw a bit of caution to the wind here. Just let her ride him however she likes. Try and get him in as good a position as what we can and give him a chance. Like, backing up him 7 days, it wouldn't be my ideal scenario, but it's $2 million. He's fit and healthy. I thought he'd come to the races and win last week. When we got posted, he didn't. He's come through the run beautifully well. There's no reason not to be here. He easily has the ability to shock this race.
Oh, absolutely. On to race 10, the last race for us. Magic Millions Class 6 plate over 1200. 3 runners. Start with Fleetwood, 60 kilos. Ryan Maloney, barrier 15, $16 with Ladbrokes. I wanted this track 2 starts ago in what was a very good race, even though it wasn't worth a lot of money, but he won super. Another couple of good owners here, Craig Sneesby and Michael Hovey. How's he going to go?
Yeah, barrier might bugger him a little bit. I like a softer draw. It's the right grade for him. Definitely the right grade of race for him. We may even leave him for the goal market here next Friday night. We'll just see what happens.
All right, on to John Rambo. He's on the back up, 58.5 kilos. Ange, barrier 14, $6. Unlucky last time.
Yeah, been absolutely crunched in the market. It's been crunched since this race opened. There looks to be enough pressure for him to be able to set off it and run on. I don't know if he beats the winner, but he definitely runs a clear second last week. He's just an unlucky horse. He found the right spot and just couldn't get out of that spot until it was all over, and he powered through the line. He's going really, really well. He's a real enigma, this horse. He's a tricky animal. I think the backup will suit him down to the ground. I prefer it to be 1,400 than 1,200 is the only difference. But he can really win. He could easily win this race.
Definitely appropriately named John Rambo. Bit of head noise going on.
He's got a lot of head noise. He's back from Nam, this bloke. He's got a lot of head noise.
All right, last runner, Zoubaby, 53.5 kilos. Daniel Moore, barrier 18. $13 in the market. Close second, first run for the stable. 6th in the Magic Millions 3-year-old Guineas 12 months ago.
She was really good the other day, first run for us, off a little bit of a setback, etc. So I was super happy with that. That was a bloody good race that she ran the other day. Look, her best runs of recent time have been at the shorter trip.
Yeah.
I thought 1,200 suits her well enough. I would have loved the low draw. The wide draw makes it tough, I think. I think the wide draw makes it pretty tough.
What are you doing with her? Where will she be?
It's all about how she breathes. She's got to breathe and travel well. So I'd imagine we ride her a bit quieter. We ride her to relax and run on. She can really hit the line. You know, if we're confident she can relax well enough, and there looks to be enough tempo for this race to set up all right, then she can run a race.
Johnny Rambo.
Johnny Rambo, yeah. Well, he's in great form. Last week's early up in a prep, you know.
All right, we're in the final furlong of the Final Gallop. Best winning chance on Saturday?
Hidden Wealth.
Best each way?
Warrego River.
Nice, I love it. Best at the Dunemann Metro meeting?
Probably a newcomer to the stable, 10 deep. Still working her out. I'm not 100% sure I've got her exactly how I want her. I think 10 deep. I think she's my best there. Probably there's a couple that are drawn sticky. I don't know if they'll run.
Okay, best at track work this week?
Best at track work this week, Hidden Wealth.
Hidden Wealth?
Yep, over at Dunemann. He was super. Yep, Hidden Wealth.
All right, now time for Cavs Corner, supported by 5-star and Brisbane Airport Hotel Group. They both landed their first leg of their multis, but unfortunately missed out on Boomtown Boss, just like I did on my 4-legged multi, unfortunately. All right, let's head over to Cavs Corner.
Welcome to Cavs Corner. One leg again last week, old toffee apple. This week we'll go Warrego River top 3, it's $4 odd, into Hidden Wealth top 3 at $1.70. With a little boost, $6 odd. Good putting, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back to Mad Maddie's Multi for this week. Look, I was let down yet again last week, but at least Cav didn't get me. So this week I'm going Hidden Wealth a win into Spanish Treasure a place. Good punting, guys.
All right, the Cavinator, Warrego River into Hidden Wealth the place. Not a bad option there.
They got a lot in common, these two. A lot in common, really. So one leg, both getting one leg, both very similar people. Yeah, a lot in common. I don't know. Both multis seem okay, but I'm very scared now because I tipped one my best and one my best each way, and Cav's tipped them both to place. You can be sure one of them will run fourth.
Poor old Cav, he cops it on here, doesn't he?
Well, track record's out there for all to see.
All right, well, let's good luck for the rest of the week. Obviously, we're still over the sales for the next 2 days. Probably got a few on our list. I think about 13 or 14 today, and then a big list tomorrow. So hopefully we can land a couple of them at the sale. And
yeah, really, it's a funny sale. As the week goes on, we seem to have more horses that we like. We're lucky we struck well day one, I think, because it gets tougher. Today's going to be a tough day. It's obviously getting done in the morning. It's going to be a tough day today, and then tomorrow's a big bumper selling day, having been now the last day of the Premier Sale, which was firstly done last year. So I like the format, but it makes for 2 really tough days. We look like beat up, punch truck fighters come Saturday after how many times we get beat up at this sale.
Absolutely. There's some really stars there on Friday, and particularly, there's a lot from the Yulong draft there that, some of them Alabama Expresses are just out of this world.
They got a massive draft here, Yulong, and some really nice horses. But look, all these horses have turned out beautifully here at this sale, and credit to all the all the stud teams over there at Magic Millions, and Magic Millions team themselves in the horses that procured for this sale. There's a lot of nice race horses across the road at the moment.
Well, speaking of that, good luck on Saturday. Hopefully we can get a winner or two for them great owners. And the beauty about what we've got going this weekend, we've got a lot of great owners, and the ones that really dip in and throw a lot of money in have all got runners, which is great.
Perfect.